They're full of legal advice, learning about the law. It's like a rolling dice from contracts to torts. He's got it all covered. Attorney Marks, he's the legal expert, no other. I'm scrolling on my he's blowing up your feet, learning about the law. That's all we really need. He's got the knowledge, he's got the skills. I'm scrolling on my he's paying all your legal bills. I'm scrolling on my he's paying all your legal bills. He's got the legal education, baby, yeah. He's the litigation expert. No one like the back of my hand. You got a problem, he's the lawyer on the demand. Check his post, they're full of legal advice, learning about the law. It's like a rolling dice from contracts to torts. He's got it all covered. Attorney Marks, he's the legal expert, no other. I'm scrolling on my he's paying all your legal bills. I'm scrolling on my Facebook page, feeling curious. Attorney Marks, he's got the legal education, baby, yeah. He's the litigation expert. No one like the back of my hand. You got a problem, he's the lawyer on demand. Check his post, they're full of legal advice, learning about the law. It's like a rolling dice from contracts to torts. He's got it all covered. Attorney Marks, he's the legal expert, no other. I'm scrolling on my he's blowing up your feet, learning about the law. That's all we really need. He's got the knowledge, he's got the skills. I'm scrolling on my he's paying all your legal bills. I'm scrolling on my he's paying all your legal bills. He's got the legal education, baby, yeah. He's the litigation expert. No one like the back of my hand. You got a problem, he's the lawyer on demand. Check his post, they're full of legal advice.
Okay, sorry. Yung ating internet, hindi, yung ating Elgato yung nag-working. Anyway, hello sa ating mga atit kuya. Diba yung kuya sa batas ulit, nagbabalik. Ayan, nagbabalik na. Salamat. Sa awa ng Panginoon, no? Awa. Thank you sa pagtambay dito, no? Mas marami yung viewers po natin sa TikTok kaysa sa Facebook. Pero anyway po, no? Tuloy-tuloy po natin ang panonood po dito sa ating Under the Law, which is episode 56. Is actually cross-posted between sa Facebook at saka sa TikTok, alright? So, pag nakatingin ako dito, TikTok yan. Di dyan, Facebook, alright? Kung gusto mo manood sa Facebook, punta na, makita nyo, meron tayong mga visual aids. Topic po natin today or tonight is napakagandang case, mga bagong case decided by the Supreme Court. Kaya pag-usapan po natin, okay? Ang topic na bakit Besmonte? Actually, dalawang case to eh. In the case of Besmonte versus Napolcom at saka Alfonso versus Stoke, alright? Stoke, alright? Una is, ang case is about pag maging marahas yung ating pulis, ano ba yung liability pag sobra? At saka, in the case na hindi mag-asawa, yung dalawa, hindi sila legal na mag-asawa, namatay yung one of the spouse, sino ang mag-aalaga sa bata? Ayan. So, pag-usapan po natin, no? Ang unang pag-usapan po natin is in the case of Besmonte versus Napolcom NCR. This is a 2024 case, alright? Ito, very good to sa mga police. Yan po, no, mga ating mga criminologists. Yan po, no, sa mga gustong magtrabaho sa gobyerno with authority, no, to to restrain, to arrest people. Eto ba, napakaganda po to sa inyo to. Hindi lang po sa pang-pulis. Now, ano ba ang case nito? Once upon a time, there was actually a buy-bust operation. Yung buy-bust operation na yon is hinahanap yung accused kasi post-buy-bust operations. So, nagkaroon ng operation kung saan hinahanap yung accused. Yung accused ay babae. Nagkaroon ng exchange ng methamphetamine hydrochloride or in short shabu. So allegedly shabu. Pagbigay ng kuan yun na sa seal binigay din pera. Doon nag-start yung apprehension or arrest, you know. So nabaybas, na-aresto. Anong nangyari? The accused was of course syempre pumapalag siya. She's trying to restrain, no? She's trying to resist. Yun yung right term. Nagre-resist ang ating accused. Ano ginawa ni Besmonte? Sinuntok niya sa muka, pinagsisipa pa ang tiyan. Ayun, yun ang ganap. Tapos pag nung pinagsusuntok niya, bakit sinuntok ni Besmonte? Kasi si Besmonte pinagmumura nung accused. Sabi nung accused, PI ninyo. Kumbaga, dami. Basta pagmumura, nagre-resist. Ginawa ng pulis, sinuntok sa mukha, pinagsisipa ni Besmonte. No, allegedly si Besmonte. Now, nagkaroon ng file of case, no, na kung saan liable si accused ng paglabag sa RA 9165 or Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs of 2002. So, ang nangyari is, of course, maresto siya. Nag-file na naman din si Besmonte ng administrative case, no, against these 3 police officer. Sa 3 officer na yon, nandun si Besmonte. Anong nangyari kay Besmonte? Kinasuhan niya kasi daw, sinaktan daw yung accused na hindi naman daw kailangan. Ang sabi naman ni Besmonte, in his answer doon sa administrative case ng ating accused, ay sabi niya, hindi ko siya sinuntok, hindi ko siya sinipa, in fact, nagre-resist talaga itong si accused. Yun. Ano sabi ng Napolcom? Sabi ng Napolcom, tanggalin yung 2 police officer, si Besmonte ay liable. Anong kaso ni Besmonte? 6 months suspension. Pumunta si Besmonte sa civil service. Gusto niyang, kasi nag-file ng motion for recon, walang nangyari, pumunta siya sa civil service. Anong sabi ng civil service? Denied. Pero, instead na 6 months suspension, ginawang, ano tawag doon? Dismissal from post, dismissal from government service. Ibig sabihin, tinanggal, masisisante siya sa trabaho without any benefits including retirement exception to the other benefits na pwede niyang ma-receive. Aba, mas malala ang nangyari kay Besmonte. Ang ginawa niya, nag-appeal sa Court of Appeals. Nag-appeal siya sa Court of Appeals. Sabi ng Court of Appeals, kung anong sinabi ng civil service, yon po ang masusunod. Nag-file na naman ang ating kasama po, no, from Court of Appeals going to the Supreme Court under Rule 45. Bakit? Sabi ni Besmonte, mali ang desisyon ng ating Court of Appeals. Kaya humihingi po ako sa inyo, Supreme Court, na sana naman ay hindi naman ako masisali sa trabaho, no? Hindi ko siya pinagsisipa, hindi siya pinagsusuntok. Paano nalaman na yung accused ay pinagsisipa at pinagsusuntok? Check siya sa medical, no, sa one of the hospital, and the doctor there nag-provide siya ng parang check up niya yung accused, and meron talagang swollen dito na tenderness at sa tiyan masakit. So of course, no, from that aspect, no, or sa medical legal, talagang sinaktan ni Besmonte. Ayan. Ano sabi ng Supreme Court, no? Sabi ng Supreme Court, ang kaso po ng ating si Besmonte is it's either misconduct, no? Simple misconduct or grave misconduct. Yun yung pag-usapan natin ngayon. Bakit? Pag simple misconduct kasi, maliit lang, suspension lang. Pag grave misconduct, tanggal sa trabaho or dismissal. So before that, pag-usapan muna natin, ano ba ang ibig sabihin ng misconduct? Okay, no? So, ang misconduct here, sabi dito, misconduct is a transgression of some established and definite rule of action, more particularly, tandaan nyo, ito, unlawful behavior or gross negligence by the public officer. It is the intentional wrongdoing or deliberate violation of a rule of law or standard of behavior. Ibig sabihin, no, kung i-apply natin yung kaso ni Besmonte as an arresting officer, take note that he is also a police officer too, no? Siya ang nag-restrain, siya yung nag-arrest, siya nag-apprehend dito sa accused. Pero, imbes na magkaroon siya ng tinatawag nating maximum tolerance, sinuntok sa mukha, sinipa pa sa tiyan. Ayan. So, yun po, no? So, syempre, hindi yun kasama, no? It is the intentional wrongdoing, It is intentional wrongdoing or deliberate violation of a rule. Now, as a rule naman sa ating mga kapulisan, hindi po pwede na bugbugin mo yung inaaresto mo. You should try to restrain him. No? Restrain him. Paano naman, sir, kung may bar? Of course, you have to defend yourself. No. Pero kung the matter na na-restrain siya, tapos binugbog mo, babae pa yung accused, hurting or punching and kicking the accused, which is a woman, is not necessary. Okay? It's not necessary. So, yun yung misconduct. Now, ano ang level ng Supreme Court? Sabi ng Supreme Court, ano ba yung pwede nating ilagay sa misconduct, no? Kung grave misconduct, tanggal siya sa trabaho. Kung simple misconduct, 6 months suspension or suspension. Alright. In the case of Office of Oca versus Chavez and Ganzon and Arias, no, it's actually 2017 and 2013 case, no, respectively. In administrative cases, misconduct can be classified as either simple or grave. Pag-usapan muna natin ito, anong simple at grave. Simple misconduct has been defined as unacceptable behavior which transgresses the established rules of conduct of public officers, work-related or not. So, kumbaga, from the word itself, unacceptable behavior. Right? Unacceptable behavior na hindi na, kumbaga, meron na ngang rules, pero naglabag ka doon sa rules, no? Hindi yun yung simple na misconduct. Now, on the other hand, in grave misconduct, the elements of corruption, kailangan merong corruption, clear intent to violate the law, or flagrant disregard of an established rule must be manifest. So simple lang yung same lang yung kalidad ng ating simple misconduct at grave misconduct, pero ang nakakaiba sila the elements of corruption. Ayan. Ano ba yung corruption, no? Corruption, as in the citing in the grave misconduct, was actually defined in the case of Civil Service versus Bilagan and Mahina versus Court of Appeals, which is a 2004 and reiterated in 2021 case. Corruption is as an element of this misconduct consists in the act an official or fiduciary person who unlawfully and wrongfully uses his or her station or character to procure some benefit for himself or herself or for another person. Contrary to duty and the rights of others, clear intent to violate the law or flagrant disregard of an established rule presupposes that there is an order or regulations defined by the public official. So from the first sentences or sentence, sinabi dito, no, tingnan nyo, kung makita nyo, sabi dito, consists in the act of an official or fiduciary person who unlawfully or wrongfully uses his or her station or character to procure some benefit. Ano ba ang ginawa ni Besmonte? May benefit ba siya doon sa pagsusuntok at pagsisipa ni accused na hindi naman kasama naman sa pag-restrain? Alright? So, ang sabi dito, grave misconduct, aside in Pantaleon versus Ombudsman, a 2021 case, grave misconduct is classified as grave offense which is punishable by dismissal from the service. Yun yung kaso sa grave misconduct. Sa Miranda versus Civil Service sa 2019 case, simple misconduct is classified as a less grave offense with corresponding penalty of suspension for 1 month and 1 day to 6 months for the first offense and a penalty of dismissal for the second offense. Okay, ano ang magiging kaso? Ano ang sinabi ng Supreme Court in this case? Sabi ng Supreme Court, kailangan there must be an established proof na yung pagsuntok at pagsipa ni Besmonte ay grave misconduct. Hindi basta-basta na masabi, dahil pinagsisipa, pinagsusuntok, mag-grave misconduct. Kasi pag ikaw ay makasuha ng grave misconduct, matatanggal ka sa trabaho. Pag civil misconduct, suspension lang. Now, upon the analysis and the study of the Supreme Court, ang sabi dito, there was no proof that shows na meron siyang corruption, no? Meron siyang clear intent to violate the law, no? Although there's a clear intent to there's a violations of the law, ang sabi naman ni Besmonte is nanlaban yung ating accused. Kaya naman siya sinuntok niya, pinagsisipan niya. So ang sabi ng Supreme Court, ang final natin na decision dito is Besmonte should be held liable administratively with 6 months suspension and thus he should be liable for simple misconduct. Ayan. So, okay. So, yun po yung case po ng ating pong case of Besmonte versus Napolcom. Alright. Last but not least, Department of Health versus Aquintino, continuation po dito sa Besmonte case. In administrative proceedings such as in this case, the quantum of proof necessary for finding of guilt is substantial evidence or such relevant evidence as a reasonable mind may accept as adequate to support a conclusion. Kailangan kung sa mga law students diyan, yung mga lawyers po diyan, no? At saka mga maalam sa batas, all right? Sa maalam sa batas. Sabi dito kailangan ay substantial evidence. Kung wala kang substantial evidence, hindi po grave misconduct, magiging simple misconduct. Sabi po dyan sa case po ng DOH versus Aquinti and although Ombudsman Visayas versus Castro, the standard is satisfied when there's a reasonable ground to believe that a person is responsible for the misconduct complained of even if such evidence might not be overwhelming or even preponderant. So doon sa case ni Besmonte, although meron pong nanlaban, although sinaktan ng ating mga kapulisan, yung accused ay nanlaban naman daw yung ating accused. Although, hindi po yon pinapayagan ng korte. Kasi hindi naman na-proof that there was a grave misconduct. Please take note that grave misconduct should have an element of corruption, clear intent to violate the rule. Ayan po. So, wala naman corruption. Hindi man nagbe-benefit naman. Alright. Attorney, makapasok kami admission test, di ba? Ewan ko sa'yo. Check nyo na lang sa school. So, let's go to the case of Alfonso versus To. Okay? Alfonso versus To. Ano naman case na to, no? Sabi ng Supreme Court clarifies application of substitute parental authority under the family code. Okay. So, pwede po kayo gumawa ng content about with what to expect in law school sa mga walang idea. Sure. Ito mga estudyante ba kayo? Estudyante ko ba kayo? Sure kayo? Alright. Mami ko na. Okay, teka lang. Wait lang. Okay. Gawa ka kasi matik pasok na ako. Opo, sir. Okay. Sige, teka lang. Sino mo natin? Alright. Sige. Moving on. Ano ba ang case natin dito? Another case naman natin. This is very, very good, no? Okay. Ano bang story dito, no? Usapan to kasi ng parental authority, no? Sino yung kumbaga guardian? Sino ba yung guardian? Hindi po, from Cebu po ako. Ayan po. Okay. So, check po natin. Once upon a time, there was a woman, pangalan niya si Dean. Yun na, si Dean. Tapos, teka, incoming first year ako, attorney. Curious ako what to expect, looking forward sa attorney. Yeah. Sige, gawin natin bukas. Bukas, what to expect. Sige. Bukas, gawin natin. I promise, gawin natin yan. Okay, so, case po dito sa Alfonso versus Stoke is that a case wherein, ito, once upon a time, Stoke. Si Stoke dito is an American. Tapos, partner niya si Dean, Pilipina. Pinanganak nila si Winston. Ayan. Nung nanganak na ni Dean si Winston, namatay si Dean. Ayan. Dito naman po, ano ang issue? Mag-asawa ba si Stoke at saka si Dean? Hindi po. They were not legally married. Now, sabi ni Stoke, the biological father, ay pumunta siya sa court and nag-ask siya kung pwede siya yung magiging siya yung kukuha ng magsasubstitute ng parental authority knowing that the mother died. Sabi ng regional trial court, okay, kasi meron tayong paternity test. 99.999997 probability that the parent of Winston Jr. is Stoke. Yon. Kinounter naman ng pamilya ni Dean, no, ang kumbaga the grandparents, no, ang lolo at saka lola or 'di ba si Dean namatay, yung mga magulang ni Dean, right? So anong nangyari? Biological naman, attorney, but 99% but di man, ewan ko diyan. So anyway, ano nangyari? Sabi nung ating mga grandparents, 'di ba? Again, ulit-ulit ko kasi nawala sa focus. Si Dean, kasi yung mama at saka yung papa niyan, sabi niya, mula sa regional trial court. Huwag naman ganon. Kailangan nating pag-aralan na hindi basta-basta na ibigay doon sa biological father, knowing na according sa batas ay wala naman siyang karapatan. Bakit? Hindi naman siya legally married sa aming anak. So possible, ang substitute dapat ay kaming mga magulang ni Dean, yung namatay, alright, yung partner ni Stoke. So umakyat siya sa Supreme Court. So ang issue right now is that si Stoke, the biological father, tapos si Dean, yung partner niya, hindi sila mag-asawa, pero may anak sila na si Winston. Namatay si Dean. So ang natira na lang si Stoke and Winston Jr. Kukunin ni Stoke si Winston, kukunin niya as a parental authority kasi patay naman si Dean. Pero si Dean, yung magulang niya, gusto nilang ikunin ni si Winston Jr. as a substitute parental authority. Kaya doon magulo. Sino ang mamayagpag? Sino ang ano ang isasaydan, ano ang desisyon ng ating Supreme Court dito? Right? Anong desisyon ng Supreme Court? Ito. Sa family code, tatlo ang in-apply ng ating Supreme Court sa ganung kaso. Sabi ng Supreme Court dito, no, Article 176 states that illegitimate children shall use the surname and shall be under the parental authority of their mother. Period. Right? Doon lang sa word ng Article 176 ng Family Code, sinabi doon that shall be under, illegitimate children shall be under the parental authority of their mother. Kasi nga, hindi kasal si Stoke at saka si Dean. Right? Yun ang una. So yun na, hindi na natin kailangan pang basahin po the rest kasi yun lang sinabi doon eh. Okay, namatay si Dean. So parental authority. Now, going to Article 214 or 214 of the Family Code, sabi dito, in case of death, absence, or unsuitability of the parents, substitute parental authority shall be exercised by the surviving grandparent. Ayan. Nakita nyo, no? Sa Article 214 ng Family Code, sabi dito, pag may namatay, ang substitute parental authority ay mag-e-exercise doon is the grandparent. Ayan. In case of several survive, the one designated by the court take into account the same considered mentions in the preceding article shall exercise the authority. 214 yun ang Family Code. Yun ang ikalawang katibayan ng ating Supreme Court. Okay. Article 216, the third and the final law that was being used by Supreme Court bago siya nag-decide kung sino ang kukuha ng parental authority ni Winston Jr. Article 216. In default of parent or a judicially appointed guardian, the following person shall exercise substitute parental authority over the child in the order indicated. Number 1, the surviving grandparent as provided in Article 214. Yun na, surviving grandparent. Okay? Ikalawa, the oldest brother or sister over 21 years of age unless unfit or disqualified. And third, the child actual custodian over 21 years of age unless unfit or disqualified. Hindi sinabi sa Article 216 na yung biological father ang magkakaroon ng parental authority in case that the wife or the mother died. So, ibig sabihin, pag hindi kayo kasal, yung erpat at ermat ni mother ang susunod na kukuha ng parental authority at hindi yung biological father. This is very, very important, no? This is very, very important because yun yung significance ng kasal. Dahil sa case na to ni Stoke na hindi siya kasal kay Dean, si Winston Jr. ay makukuha ng magulang ni Dean na namatay. Right? Pag di kasal, yung mother ang may right. Yes, tama. Pero, dahil namatay yung mother, yung erpat or ermat nung mother. Yeah. So, yun lang siya. Na. So, yun, no? So, maraming salamat po sa mga viewers po natin, lalo sa TikTok. Buti ko sa TikTok, marami tayong mga viewers. Dito sa Facebook, mangilan-nila lang. But anyway, walang problema. Ang importante, mag-enjoy po tayo, no? So, it's been 30 minutes. So, try natin yung mga request po ng ating mga kasama po natin na gusto na ano bang in-expect po nila sa law school. So, anyway, no, gawin po natin tomorrow. So, maraming nagsasabi, curious daw sila sa law school. Kaya tignan natin what to expect sa law school. Alright? Sige, bibigay ko sa inyo yung experience ko sa law school. Again, ito po ang inyong kuya sa batas po. Nagsasabi po sa inyo na mahalin nyo po ang inyong asawa dahil sila po ang tunay na batas. Magkita-kita po tayo para aralin po natin yung request po ninyo. Okay? Thank you so much and bye-bye!
I'm scrolling on my Facebook page, feeling curious, the tiny months. He's got the legal education, baby, yeah. He's the litigation expert. No one like the back of my hand. You got a problem, he's the lawyer on demand. Check his post, they're full of legal advice. Learning about the law, it's like a rolling dice from contracts to torts. He's got it all covered. Attorney Marks, he's the legal expert, no other. I'm scrolling on my he's blowing up your feet, learning about the law, that's all we really need. He's got the knowledge, he's got the skills. I'm scrolling on my he's paying all your legal bills. I'm scrolling on my he's paying all your legal bills. He's got the legal education, baby, yeah. He's the litigation expert. No one like the back of my hand. You got a problem, he's the lawyer on demand. Check his post, they're full of legal advice. Learning about the law, it's like a rolling dice from contracts to torts. He's got it all covered.